Alrighty. So we're gonna start with a warm up like we have been. It'll be 5 questions. Lots of division on this one, so it's gonna test your division skills. So I'm gonna present my screen. Make sure you have a pen and paper. It's definitely gonna be helpful. Okay. Alrighty. You guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's your warm up for the day. You got 5 questions. The thing on the bottom will go away in a second. Most of them are division, it seems. 3 of the 5. So I'm gonna give you guys about 8 minutes until 10:40 to do this one. So yeah, go ahead and be working on that, and then we will do a little bit of review. I can't confirm that you guys are doing it, so I'm trusting you guys to do it. So yeah, don't prove me wrong. Be practicing, please. I'll put on a little bit of music for you.
I don't get number 1.
Number 1 is basically how many gallons are you going to need? So they're driving 9,876 miles, and if each gallon of gas gets them 25 miles of the way, how many gallons are they going to need? So what operation should you use?
Division?
Yep, you're going to divide those two numbers.
Okay.
About 3 minutes left. It's all right if you're not finishing. Just get what you can done. Okay, let's do about 1 more minute. Sorry if you're not finishing, but try and do as much as you can. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and go over these. What do you guys think you did? Good? Yeah. Kind of in the middle? Okay.
I only got 2 done.
That's all right. We're going to go over all of them just so you have the idea of what you need to do for them. So I'm going to, Charles, I don't want the answers yet. I'm going to stop presenting, first of all, so it's not backwards. Okay. All right. Can you guys see my screen, or not my screen, the whiteboard pretty well?
Yeah.
All right. So number 1 says, I have it covered up. A trip to California to Washington, D.C., which is literally from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast, that's a long way, is 9,876 miles. If your car gets 25 miles per gallon, how many gallons of gas will you need to make the journey? So we need to do some division here. The distance divided by the miles per gallon. So we have 9,876 miles divided by 25. What do you guys get for that? Anybody get that answer?
359.04.
Okay. So say that again. 300 what?
359.04.
Is that what you guys got too? I think I got a little bit different.
I got 390, remainder 21.
I still got something a little bit different.
Was there
Anybody else?
supposed to be a remainder?
got 395, remainder 1.
Okay. I think that's about the closest. So you got 395, remainder 1, right? So that means that there's something left over. Now, if we need to make it all the way there, can I have anything left over? So like if I'm driving and this is my whole distance and I use all of the gas until I get to right here because I have that one remainder left over that I didn't make that distance, do I have enough gallons of gas if I only do 395? No, so what does this actually need to be?
396.
Yep. You need to make sure you have 396 gallons of gas to make it all the way there.
Wait, does that mean you have to round on it?
A little bit, because you want to, it's kind of like money. Like, let's say you need $20 to buy something, but you only have $19.99. Are you going to have enough?
No.
No. So in this case, 395 gallons won't be enough. You got to round it up to 396 to make sure you get all the way there, even if it is a little bit. Huh?
I know another
Like what?
example. I know another example. So there are like 100. So pretend there's like 100 students in a school, and they're all going on a field trip, and each bus can only carry 20 students.
Yeah, you got to make sure you have enough buses for all of the kids, right?
Yeah, and they're like, and like if there's like 5 students less, like where are they gonna go? Are they like not gonna make it on? Or
Yeah, exactly. You need to have that extra bus, right? Good. Kind of, yeah, same concept. You got to have an extra gallon of gas added to this to make sure you make it all the way there. Okay, let's look at number 2. What place value is the 8 in when you find the quotient of 1,297 divided by 7? Okay. What did you guys get as your answer here when you divided?
I was only able to finish the last one, and I was like kind of working through the last one while you were kind of explaining it, and then I finished. So
okay, that's all right.
185 remainder 2.
Good. So we have 1.
And the 8 represents 80.
Good. So this one is saying, so you got to find your answer first, 185 remainder 2. And then you can figure out what place value your 8 is in, which is right here. So you're on the right track down. It is asking you what place value 8 is in, but in this case it's not 80. It's just asking you what place value, so it would be the 10's place value.
Oh.
But you are correct, it would mean that it would be 80, right? Good. All right, let's look at number 3. There's a lot of division on this one. Number 3, we have, what is the remainder when 8,754 is divided by 32? So 32, 8,754. Okay, so we're doing all this math underneath here, and we're looking for the remainder. What did you guys get as your remainder? Anybody get there?
I got 18.
Good. It is 18. When you do all that math, your answer is 18 is the remainder. If you were to do the whole thing, it would be 273, remainder 18. Is that what you guys got? If you got there? Is it raining? Sorry, I just got really distracted.
Yeah, I just heard it too.
I don't know.
It is raining. I checked outside my window.
Yeah, it's raining super hard at the school. Okay.
It's not raining at all where
It's raining super hard in Richmond Acres too. I'm gonna go. Wait, I'm gonna go look at our concrete real
Yeah,
quick.
it's pretty rainy.
It's not raining where I'm at.
I already
it's like
I don't know. Rain goes with like the clouds, right? So if the cloud is over you, it's gonna be
clouds
raining.
around it. There's like
Yes.
clouds around
It's
us.
sprinkling.
Okay, we're getting really distracted. Focus back on the math. Okay, number 4. Number 4, we have what digit is in the hundreds place when 702 is multiplied by 12? So 702 times 12. What did you guys get as your answer when you did all your work? Did you guys get there?
I got 8,424.
Good. When you do all your multiplication, you get 8,424. Now it's asking what number is in the hundreds place. Good. Which
The
4?
four.
This one or this one?
It's coming hard.
The one right next.
Yeah,
To the
it's the
8.
hundreds place, right? This is your ones. This is your tens. This is your hundreds.
It's
What's the
pouring.
last one? What's the 8 in? Yeah? What place value is the 8 in? No? You learned this in like 4th grade. Place values. There are ones,
What?
your tens, your hundreds.
Thousands.
Okay. You can't hear me?
Thousands.
It's raining hard where I
I
live.
can't hear you.
It's so
You
loud.
can't hear me at all? Now can you?
It's so hard at my. It's raining so hard at my house.
I can hear you
Okay.
perfectly fine. There's no rain around me. I don't
Alright,
know
well,
like where it's raining. Clouds around the sky. But it's kind of clear.
It was just like normal, like not even raining hard. And then 2 seconds later, it's pouring like crazy.
I know. That was crazy.
It came out of nowhere too.
Ow.
Is it actually raining?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on. Number 5.
Yes.
We don't have a whole lot to do right now.
I
So
am
if we can
just
get through our
stop.
stuff, then you guys can go like play in the rain if you want to. So let's do this real quick. 58 minus 12.042. When you subtract your decimals, what do you need to do?
You have to line
Can you
up
guys hear
the
me now?
decimals, but
Good.
when it's a whole number like that, you put the decimal behind it.
Good. So we have 58 with our decimal and then 12.042. What am I missing on top here?
Placeholder zeros.
Placeholder zeros. And then when you
Zero.
subtract, you should end up with 45 and 958 thousandths. How you guys do on that part?
I got it. Good.
Good. Anybody else?
I just only did.
Okay. Alrighty. So that's our warm up for the day.
It's raining. It's going
It's
harder.
raining less hard here. I think it moved like the clouds move, you know?
Yeah,
Stopped.
it's raining. It's
Uh-huh.
really hard
Mine
right
just
now.
stopped.
All right. Let's go ahead and look at what we're going to do
outside now.
today. So,
I don't have that rain right now.
It might
you hear
start
it?
raining where I'm at, but
Do you
it's
hear
not
it?
raining.
It's like loud. Oh,
no, I don't hear it.
now
It just stopped again.
yeah.
it's super
Now
loud to
it's
your side.
slowing
Must be,
down.
like,
Now it's
moving,
slowing down.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty
flooded all
good.
the plants.
Okay. Let's go ahead and work on what we're going to learn today. So last week we talked about greatest common factor, least common multiple. This week we're going to talk about the distributive property, which is kind of a way of doing some multiplication. So I'm going to present my screen. We have like no notes, but like barely a little bit to go over. We'll do a few practice problems and we'll be done for the day. You guys don't have an assignment today to do. Okay?
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Can you guys see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So here's our notes. Distributive property. Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So the distributive property is when you have a number on the outside of parentheses and 2 numbers in the middle. What you do is multiply the value outside of the parentheses by the value inside the parentheses. So you take this 4 that's on the outside and you multiply it to the 2, and then you keep the addition there, and then you take the 4 that's on the outside and you multiply it to the 7, and then you add together your 2 numbers. That's really it. We're going to do a few practice problems because talking through it doesn't really help. You got to practice math. So I'm going to write this one on the board. Oh, I have stuff written on the board. If you need these notes, they're in Schoology. I posted them for you guys. Okay. Plus they'll be in the video later. So I'm going to go back to my screen. and stop presenting so that you guys can see the whiteboard again.
It's
You'll
sprinkling
probably
right
get the full
now.
force of the rain
No.
So, to do the distributive property, you're going to take the number on the outside and multiply it by the first number on the inside. Okay? After you do that, you'll then take the number on the outside and also multiply it to the second number in your parentheses. And then you add together the two numbers you get. So let's start with this. What's 4 times 2? 8. So you get 8 when you multiply 4 times 2. You just take the addition or subtraction, if it's subtraction, and drop it straight down. And then we need to do 4 times 7. What's 4 times 7?
28.
28. And now we just finished this. What's 8 plus 28?
36.
46.
Close, 36.
Yeah.
I think Monty got it.
Yeah.
And then you're done. You've done the distributive property.
If it was 18, it'd be 46.
That's it. If it was 18, it'd be 46, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing this week, essentially. Does that seem super difficult?
No.
No.
No, it's not too bad. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do maybe 2 or 3 more practice problems. Then I want you to try a couple on your own, and then we'll be done for today with math. Sound good?
The rain is back again.
Getting cloudy again where I am, I think.
It was just like slow, and then all of a sudden you just hear this loud banging on the roof.
I heard that. It was just like,
Okay, let's go ahead and work on the distributive property. Again, we're going to take the number on the outside, 12, multiply it by the 5 first. What is 12 times 5?
but what about the parentheses? Aren't you supposed to do parentheses before?
This is different than what the other one was. Like,
Yeah, I know. Charlie, you make a really good
PEMDAS?
point. So let's talk about that.
Isn't this different from PEMDAS?
Last year, you guys learned PEMDAS, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes.
It's PEMDAS is a little bit different than what we're doing right here. The reason we learned the distributive property is because eventually, later this year, probably in the second quarter, so in a month and a half probably, we're going to be doing something called algebra, where we put in variables, and the order of operations PEMDAS kind of just goes away at that point, and you can't use it, and you have to use the distributive property, which is why we learn it now, so that when we need it later, we understand it. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I know it sounds like kind of like why do we need to do it right now? But eventually we're going to throw in a variable like that, where we put we attach an x to our numbers, and you can't add together 5x and a 9. And we'll talk about that later. But we can't do the parentheses first in this case. You have to multiply first, which I know is confusing, completely opposite of order of operations. So when we're talking about distributive property, just throw order of operations out the window and disregard it. Sound good?
Why is there a multiplication sign next to an addition sign in between?
That's an exponent.
I was explaining something else. Ignore the x.
Okay.
Okay. So in this case, when you talk about distributive property, just ignore order of operations. I know that it's kind of ingrained in you to multiply or to do parentheses first and then multiply. But when we talk about distributive property, you got to do the rainbow multiplication. Okay?
Wait, what if sometimes it's how do we know the difference between PEMDAS and this?
Well, for one, it'll ask you do order of operations if it wants PEMDAS. And then if it wants you to do distributive property, it'll basically say use the distributive property. So there's that. And then when we get to algebra, this is where the x I'm talking about. It's not a multiplication sign. It's a variable. So that x also was going to be use distributive property and not order of operations. But again, we'll talk about that later in the year. Not yet. We'll get there. But yeah, that's when we get to algebra. We're not there yet. Okay? Oh, my shirt, man. So in this case, right now, it's going to ask you, use the distributive property to solve, which means you're going to take the number on the outside, multiply it to the inside. So let's go ahead and do that. We're taking the 12 and we're multiplying it to the 5 first. What's 12 times 5?
60.
Okay, 12 times 5 is 60. Then this addition sign drops right down. Then we need to come back up and do 12 times 9. What is 12 times 9?
108.
108. And then we need to add these together to get our final answer.
Wait, it'd be 168.
It would. And there's our answer.
What is that? You almost
Good.
think that's hard, but you just see the zeros and you just add a 6 to it.
Yep.
Easy.
Okay.
I was kind of thinking I had to use a pencil and a paper for that.
No, not that one, right? How you guys doing? I can't see a lot of you guys. There's not a lot of cameras on, so I either need a thumbs up or like a I'm doing all right in the chat, just so I know.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Or like your speaker and talk.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to hear from you guys. How you feeling about it? Doing good?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure like we haven't done a lot of times, so I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna remember because I'm not good at remembering stuff. So I might
Yeah.
have
Well,
to
we're gonna do it all week, so we're gonna
Okay.
practice it plenty of times.
that'll help.
Yep.
Me remember.
One of the biggest parts of math is practicing it. Doing a lot of practice problems is what's going to help you remember how to do these things. So we do a lot of practice. All right, let's try another one. Okay, it looks like you guys are doing pretty good. So we do 5 times 6 minus 1. So we have our 5 on the outside, and then our inside is 6 minus 1. We need to take the 5 on the outside, multiply it to the 6 first. What is 5 times 6?
30.
30.
So
This subtraction is different, but you still bring it down. You're just subtracting instead of adding this time.
I know the answer.
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
I did it in my head. I know the answer.
Okay, hold off. Let's just finish it out. Then we need to do 5 times 1 as our second step. What's 5 times 1?
5.
5. And then subtract. 30 minus 5 is
25.
25. There's your answer.
I'm gonna nail it.
Yep. Not super difficult, right? One of the biggest mistakes that I see is that people forget to do the 5 times the second number, which in this case is just 5. But a lot of you guys will end up doing the first part of the multiplication and getting 30, but then you forget to do 5 times 1, and you write a 1 right here, and you get 29. So make sure you multiply by the second number too. That's the biggest mistake that I see. Okay?
Is there a way you can multiply instead of like add and subtract in distributive property?
Not really, no.
Because you're already multiplying it?
Yeah, because if this was multiplication, yeah, not really, no. It's usually only adding and subtracting in the middle.
Okay.
All right, let's do 2 together, 2 more together, and then I'm going to have you try 2 on your own. So let's do 3 times 7 plus, is that right? 14. Okay, take your number on the outside, 3, multiply it by the 7 first. What is 3 times 7?
21.
21. What do I do with this addition sign?
Bring it down.
Bring it straight down, so you're adding still. Now you need to do 3 times 14. Anyone? Take a second.
52?
42.
Let's check it. So we have 14 times 3. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry your 1. 42.
Oh, okay.
Close though. 42. Now what do I do? What's my last step?
Add them all together.
Add them all together. 21 plus 42. What do you get?
63.
63.
Yes.
How'd you guys do? Good? Yeah.
Good.
Good. Righty. Let's do one more together, and then I'm gonna have you try 2 on your own.
Okay.
All right. So our next one, let's do.
So I'm just staring off into space, so I didn't even do that problem.
Yeah. Focus back in. Okay. Our next one. Let's do 8 times 9 minus 2. Okay. Take the 8 on the outside and multiply it to the 9. What is 8 times 9?
72.
72. What do I do with the subtraction?
Put it down.
Bring it down. And then we need to do 8 times 2, which is
16.
16. And then we need to subtract to get our answer.
56.
Good. 56. And we're done. These are pretty quick problems, right? Once you get the hang of it. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to write 2 on the board. I want you guys to try these 2 on your own. So the first one you'll try on your own is going to be 6 times 3 plus 12. And the second one you're going to do is 15 times 3 minus 2. Okay, can you guys see both of those?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's say 4 minutes. I don't think you need much more than 4 minutes. Go ahead and do those 2, okay? Okay, when you're done, you can just write it in the chat. No need to say answers or anything. We'll go over them real quick. They don't take long.
I got the answers done.
Okay, good. We're gonna wait about 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes.
My stones, I'm done.
I already told you that.
All right, good. It seems like quite a few of you guys are finishing up. So let's go ahead and go over these 2. So let's look at number 1. We have 6 times 3 plus 12. We're gonna take the number on the outside and multiply it to the numbers on the inside. What is 6 times 3?
Let's go back to our goal line.
24. Oh, no. Wait. Hold on.
Baseball is 100.
18.
84. Oh,
18. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus, because we bring down the addition, what's 6 times 12?
84.
72.
That's 72. 7 times 12 is 84. 6 times 12 is 72. And then when we add, what do we get?
90.
90.
90. Good. How'd you guys do on that one? Good? Yes.
Good.
Good.
Good. All
Awesome.
right, let's look at number 2. We have 15 times 3 minus 2. Take the number on the outside, multiply it to the numbers on the inside. So what's
45.
15 times 3?
25. I mean 45.
40.
Then we bring down our subtraction. What's 15 times 2?
30.
30.
30. And when you subtract, what do you get?
5.
15.
15. That one was pretty easy because the
15.
answer is already right there.
Yeah, it is kind of already there, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So that is actually all we're going to do right
Wait,
now
isn't it
for today.